My phone call started out normal. Now my own number is calling me. It started with the mundane. That's how it always starts, isn't it? In the middle of something so normal you could die of boredom. For me, it was a grilled cheese. I had my mum on speaker, propped up against a fruit bowl. She was going on about her tomato plants, how the Roma variety was finally blushing red on the vine. I could almost smell the sun-warmed dirt of her garden through the phone. The butter foamed and hissed in the hot pan, a comforting sound that's been the backdrop to my life. And then, mid-sentence about blossom end rot, her voice just stopped. The line was silent for a beat, just the crackle of the pan filling the space. "What do you mean you're so tired of this?" she asked. Her voice was different. Tight. I froze, spatula hovering over the bread. I didn't say anything. You did. You sighed really loud and you said, "I'm just so tired of this." The heat from the stove seemed to prickle the back of my neck. "No, Mum, I didn't. I swear." The line must have glitched or something. She laughed, but it wasn't her real, booming laugh. It was a thin, papery sound. The one she uses when she thinks I'm lying, but doesn't have the energy to call me on it. We didn't say much after that. The silence was heavy and strange. By the time we hung up, one side of my grilled cheese was a black, bitter square of carbon. 2 nights later, I was on the phone with Ren, my best friend. We were in the middle of our weekly, pointless argument about basketball. He was defending his team's new draft pick, and I was giving him hell for it. I was mid-rant, probably shouting something stupid, when he cut me off. "Already here," he said. "What's already here?" I stopped, confused. "What are you talking about, man? You just said it. Right in my ear. You said, 'It's already here.'" His voice was dead serious. "No, I didn't." The words felt sour in my mouth. A sick, familiar feeling was coiling in my gut. We went back and forth, our voices getting louder, more strained. He swore he heard me, clear as day. I swore I didn't say it. The call ended with that awful quiet tension you can feel through the wire, a new distance between you that wasn't there 5 minutes ago. After that, the intrusions became more frequent. Little drops of poison in otherwise normal conversations. A co-worker on a conference call suddenly asking, "Why did you just say not safe?" My aunt texting me minutes after we'd hung up. That was a strange thing to whisper about the window. "Is everything okay?" I started to hear it too. A faint, lagging echo of my own voice, trailing just behind my real words. But it wasn't an echo. It was saying things I never said, thinking things I never thought. One time, talking to my dad, I heard it stretch a word out, a deep, unnatural drawl on the word door. My own voice, but hollowed out, worn thin. Door. It was a wrong sound. A sound that shouldn't exist. Last night was the night it all broke. I called my sister, Solana. She was telling me about some reality show she's obsessed with, laughing so hard she could barely breathe. Her joy was infectious, and for a few minutes I forgot to be afraid. I leaned back on my couch, the familiar sound of her laughter washing over me, and I felt normal. She cut off mid-gasping laugh. The silence that followed was instant and absolute. "Why did you say his name?" she whispered. Her voice had gone completely flat. My stomach turned to ice. "What? I didn't." "You did," she said, her words sharp, brittle. "You just said Silas's name. Silas is her son. He's 6. Solana, I swear to God I didn't say his name." My own voice was shaking. "Yes, you did. You said, don't open the door, Silas." I tried to laugh, but it came out like a choke. Think about it. There was a long pause. I could hear her breathing, shallow and fast. When she spoke again, her voice was a monotone, stripped of all emotion. "What door? Why are you saying that to me?" Before I could answer, before I could scream that it wasn't me, we both heard it. It wasn't an echo. It wasn't my voice. It was a voice. My voice, yes, but coming through a third line, something bleeding into our call from nowhere. It was calm, placid, and it repeated the same phrase over and over with no inflection, no emotion at all. Don't open the door. Don't open the door. Don't open the door. A scream ripped through the speaker, so loud and raw it felt like it physically hit me. Then, a click, and nothing. Just the low, empty hum of a dead line. I've been calling her ever since. Her cell, her house. Straight to voicemail every single time. I used a friend's phone thinking maybe she blocked me. Voicemail. Now, my own phone is sitting on the coffee table in front of me. It's dark, but every few minutes, the screen silently illuminates the room. It doesn't ring, it doesn't vibrate, it just lights up. Across the screen, in stark white letters, it says, "Incoming call." The name displayed beneath it is my own. I can't bring myself to touch it. But the longer I stare, the more I'm sure of it. I can hear a faint hiss coming from the speaker. The sound of an open, waiting line. Like someone on the other end has already picked up